Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Daniel Padilla, and I am, as always, joined by my wonderful friend Matthew, aka Rocket League Peterson.
That's me. Hello.
And welcome. I am very pleased to welcome you all to the 13th episode of Dialogue Tree.
Hell yeah, lucky number 13. Here we go.
That is right. So what's new with you, Matthew?
I'm having a pretty good day. I was at the supermarket, as I am every Sunday, often before we record, actually.
Did you encounter the robot?
Yeah, actually. It wasn't in the way, but last week it was. You know how they have an entire aisle just for the checkout, like where you turn into the checkout? And the robot was sitting in front of one of the checkout entryways and refusing to move and setting off an alarm.
It's great.
So that's good. Great. Yeah. After this, I'm going to go get some exercise and come back and watch Genesis 7 Melee.
Yes, I am also very excited about the Melee thing. In fact, as I messaged you earlier, just a couple of minutes ago, I thought it was actually going on right now until I noticed that you said it was 1 p.m. Pacific time, which made me quite disappointed.
Yeah, sorry. Melee's often PST.
Yeah, I don't know. Do you have any topic in mind?
You know what? First of all, let me say this. We were going to record on Tuesday or something, and then you said no. So I was very disappointed because I had some oatmeal that morning.
God damn, dude, I am so sorry.
I've been waiting 5 days to inform you about it on broadcast.
Okay, yeah. It's a nice surprise. I'm glad I didn't hear about this before.
Yeah, it was very good. I included not only peanut butter but some banana and cinnamon. It was very, very filling and nice oatmeal.
Have any almonds in it?
No, I could have. I do have almonds. I didn't think to do that.
Yeah, crushed almond. I don't know how you call this, but I guess not. Does that make sense? Sliced almonds. I don't even know how you call it. Chipped almonds.
Yeah, like almond pieces. Yeah.
Yeah. Those are hot. And you know what? I did have oatmeal too. Not this past weekend, but the weekend before when I was staying at my buddy's place over in San Pedro. We had oatmeal for breakfast, and I totally forgot to inform you, which is absolutely my bad.
But we're catching up.
Yeah, that was also quite nice. It was just flavorless oatmeal, but we had some nice peanut butter. We had seeds. I don't know. It has quinoa and a bunch of other bullshit.
Well, chia seeds.
Yeah, exactly. But it was all mixed. It was one mix. And then we had almonds in it too, which is it added a nice crunch to it.
How do you say oatmeal in Spanish, by the way?
Unsure. I think that may be a regional type thing, but here in Honduras we call it osmil. Basically you're saying oatmeal, but instead of a T, you're using an S. So osmil.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I preferred the flavorless oatmeal, honestly, because it's just they just put sugar in it, and you can just put your own sugar in it, and then you don't have to pay for it. Yeah.
Right.
I guess follow up on some other things we briefly mentioned. Alex Ha, who will one day join us, has retired from his League of Legends career. So I guess he was afraid of facing me again because we never found out who won in that 1v1, and I guess he just decided he didn't want to risk it. So he's retired. But good for him. Good for him for not playing League of Legends anymore.
Yeah,
it's very toxic.
I think it's best to retire when it's safe, when it's still safe. When you're still I don't know. I guess it would have looked a lot worse if he would have retired with a big L. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you got to go out on a high note,
or at least not a terrible note.
Yeah, you're right. I didn't want to call Alex's League of Legends career high at any point. You're right. That's a good correction.
Exactly.
You also at one point asked me when I'd make that Contra 3 video. Unfortunately, the video is just corrupted. Not really, but you can't see anything. It's not cropped right from the way it recorded.
What the hell happened, dude?
I have to cancel that. I don't know. So here's the thing. I didn't record it with OBS. I was on an emulator, and I used in-built emulator record function, which I thought would be more effective, but apparently it just doesn't work.
Right.
So that sucks.
What emulator were you using?
I can check. It's NES 9X 1.60.
Oh shit, dude! I didn't know that had a built-in recording function.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, it doesn't work for me on Contra.
Right, evidently. Yeah, that's quite unlucky. I would have never even. Interesting. Yeah, I guess I didn't know.
I do like that emulator though.
That's
I've
good.
used it on DS and whatever, and it's good.
That's basically the only Super Nintendo emulator that I've ever used in my life.
Yeah, that's the thing. There's so many emulators, but everyone just downloads the one that's like the most highly rated on the list or whatever. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So no one ever sees the other ones.
It's never failed me. It does though. It does tend to crash my Super Punch Out runs sometimes when I'm fighting Matt Clown.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Whenever I'm fighting
Well,
Matt
there
Clown.
was probably like one emulator out there that runs Super Punch Out better. That's like niche.
That's right. Built specifically around Super Punch Out. Matthew Peterson.
What's up?
I believe earlier this week, I can't quite remember when, but you said that you had a fucking story to share with us.
This was such a good story, but now that I've gotten the ending of the story, it's way less satisfying. So I don't know if I should even tell it because the ending sucks.
Is it like a story that happened to someone in real life, or what's the deal?
Yeah.
Dude, I think you just might as well, man.
All right, I might as well just go for it.
I'll be the one who rates how satisfying the story as a whole is, and whether or not you should have just left it where it was before.
All right. Well, yeah. So you know that I've been going to do some inventories sometimes, and one of the dealerships, my girlfriend's dad, like, is a senior member, had hired this new guy. They had just done an inventory, right? So they knew like exactly how many parts of everything was there. And this new guy comes in, and then basically these two parts that they weren't supposed to sell because they're like on reserve and they're not being manufactured anymore went missing. And then the people they were being reserved for came in, and they're like, what the hell? We've been waiting for like, 3 months or whatever to get these. And then like, well, we don't have them. That's suspicious. And they look all around and they can't find it. And they're like, okay, I guess they got misplaced or something. So then the next week they come in, they have like a set of cores that you return, like for scrap. They have like 15 of them, and they come in and there's only 7 left. The manager's like, okay, this is not right. We have to find these. So they look all around, and they know, they just did the inventory, so they know they're supposed to be there, and they can't find any of them. And so the manager checks the security footage. They see that this new guy has shown up. It was like Martin Luther King Day or something. He has shown up, and he goes over to the dumpster and takes out a huge bag of stuff out of the dumpster, hauls into his pickup truck, and leaves. And then so they have to. They have to go. They check the camera footage from the other camera, and they're like, "This is definitely our guy." But the guy doesn't know because he didn't come into work the day that they found out about him. He doesn't know that he's about to get canned.
Right. Oh God.
So the manager's like, "All right, we're gonna have to call the police and like bring them in to meet this guy like when he comes into work tomorrow." And so then the guy comes into work, and they so here's the sad part is they didn't end up calling the police. They just like fired him in the back of the place. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But this story was much more exciting when I wanted to tell it because I had just heard it the night that they found out about the guy, and I was like, oh my God, the police are gonna go arrest this guy at his job tomorrow.
It's gonna be a huge deal. Yeah.
It's like a thing.
You think they called out the police on him eventually, or you think they just let him go?
I think they, filed a report, but they didn't like have him arrested.
Yeah.
I mean, that's probably the better thing to do because there's like customers around.
You don't want to have that kind of attention around you when customers are around.
Yeah, exactly.
Shady type business and whatever.
But yeah, kind of crazy that this guy was hired like a week ago and he just decided to steal like thousands of dollars worth of merchandise immediately.
Yeah, holy shit. You gotta wonder what he was doing with it. You think he was like selling them like on the side or whatever? I don't fucking know.
Well, you can scrap that kind of thing. Like the dealership was probably gonna scrap it for money anyways.
Still want to notify like the people higher up or whatever, or at least like ask if you can just like snag it or whatever. Right? You don't want to just like creepily show up in your truck and then just take it.
No, and obviously you can't like say it was an accident if you like hit it in the dumpster and then came to work when no one was there.
Yeah, like, exactly.
You're totally caught at that point.
There's no way, dude.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of interesting.
Yeah, it's right. Definitely.
But what's your rating?
You're right. I would say when there was talk about having a sting and everything, shit was getting quite riveting.
Exactly.
But you're right. It did kind of like go downhill after he was just fired out of the public eye and whatever.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not as cool.
I'll rate it like a 7.43.
Okay.
I meant to say 6.43, by the way. I don't know why I said 7. Matthew Peterson.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck is the deal with Byleth, dude?
I don't know. I don't even know what game Byleth is from. I know it's Fire Emblem.
Yeah, I understand it's from the recent one. I mean, the ones on the Switch.
Okay, the newest one on Switch. Okay, but yeah, dude, it's so much Fire Emblem and Smash.
Why do you think that is? Like, why do they keep like including so many Fire Emblem characters, considering that Nintendo? I mean, Sakurai and Nintendo and everyone involved in the production of Smash, literally, you know what I mean? Like back then, like back in the Melee era or whatever, you could say that characters were basically limited to Nintendo properties, but like. Right. Over the last decade, we've seen that that's not the case, right? We've had fucking Snake and we've had fucking Pac-Man, and I don't want to say it, but we've had Sonic too. So, like, considering all of the, extensive library of games and characters that they could borrow from for Smash, why do they think they keep coming back to Fire Emblem, dog?
And also, the other DLC besides Piranha Plant, who was free, was all third-party stuff that people had been asking to be in Smash, so it was kind of like implied that
it was going to be third-party.
It was going to be something good,
yeah,
and not just another. And also, it's just so many sword characters, even sword characters who aren't from Fire Emblem, and it's like, I don't know. There's 2 sword characters in Melee, and one of them's unplayable. So,
was it Roy or whatever?
Yeah, Roy's pretty ass.
I don't think I.
And now it's just like. Everyone has a sword in Smash Ultimate.
Are you going to acquire it anyway or no?
No, I don't have any intention. I only have Joker. I think Joker's fun, even though I haven't played Persona 5. I like.
You didn't get Banjo, dude?
No, I didn't. I don't know. I don't like playing him.
Okay, no, I mean that's fair, but I thought just for like the novelty of having Banjo in Smash.
No, he's cool, but you run into like a million Banjos online anyway, so it balances out.
Yeah, that's fair. And if you're not going to play as him, right, then what the fuck's the point?
I'm thinking maybe it's a thing like Fire Emblem is more of a big deal in Japan.
That's what that was going to be my suggestion. That was going to be my suggestion. It's such a hot thing in Japan that maybe that's why they're insisting on. It must be interesting because all the reactions that I've seen to Byleth are Western people talking about it, right? It'd be interesting to see how people over in Asia and Japan, maybe specifically, are reacting. You think they're like excited. They're like, "Oh fuck yes, that's exactly what I wanted."
Maybe they're huge Fire Emblem fans. I don't know, because it took a while to get here too.
Right? Have you played any Fire Emblem, dog?
Not at all.
At all? Okay.
No, I've never tried it. I don't know.
I did acquire the 3DS one, the first one, Awakening, I believe it was called, and is it any good? Whatever. I thought it was I thought it was cool. I just never quite understood it, if you will. You know what I mean? Like I played it and I beat a good amount of missions and whatever, but then just out of nowhere, I felt like I was getting overpowered, and there was nothing that I could do, and I just never understood what it is that I could do to like level people up or anything. I don't know if it's that was my issue with it. I felt that I was getting like completely dominated and overpowered, and I just never knew how to correct it, because I thought I was leveling up my characters and everything. So I don't fucking know.
I would be more open to it now that I've played Wargroove, which I enjoyed.
How do you like it?
Similar. I really like Wargroove. I think for the amount of money you pay, there's so much stuff in it. There's campaign, there's an arcade, there's puzzles, there's a map creator. You can share your levels like Mario Maker. Yeah. There's online simultaneous and asynchronous co-op, and there's online co-op versus AI. There's so much stuff in it.
It's multiplat, right? You can like play with people, play on
Steam. Yeah, I'm playing with someone on Steam right now. Not while we're recording, but like asynchronously.
Have you tried the campaign?
Yeah, I finished the campaign actually.
You did? Okay. How long did it take you?
Probably like 8 hours. It's not very long.
Okay.
From what I looked into, apparently, so I didn't even know what Advance Wars was when I got Wargroove. I had never heard of it.
Shit,
but apparently this is,
I've always been curious about Advance Wars, but I guess I could acquire it on the DS, but I just never have.
Yeah, so apparently this is just an unofficial Advance Wars game, which is, I like it, but basically people are saying this is less deep, I guess, than Advance Wars.
Like a little more casual.
Skillful. Yeah. Right. I was like, well, that was a good thing to start with.
Yeah, exactly. No, it would be a great thing for me as well, because as I tell you, like I tried playing Fire Emblem, and that was a disaster to say the least.
Yeah, but I did like Wargroove, and now I'm kind of interested in trying like Advance Wars 1 or whatever out just to see how it is.
There's a couple on the DS that are apparently pretty good.
Yeah, apparently, one of the ones on the DS is apparently the best one.
Right.
It's like a post-apocalyptic one. I don't know what it's called.
Right.
But yeah, I'm definitely interested in trying that out now.
My buddies and I played yesterday. We were playing Heave Ho. If I don't know if you're familiar with it. I know I've talked about it, but I don't know how much like you've looked into it, if at all.
Not really, no.
Okay, so it's this game, right, where your character is just basically like a little potato, shaped thing, and you can customize it, right? You can like change its eyes and whatever. And it shares like a similar vibe to like Snipper Clips, that type of game, right? Where like they make goofy faces and they have goofy voices and whatever. And so the idea is this, right? You move the control stick, and that like moves its hands, and then with the shoulder buttons, you hold like with the right shoulder button, you grab onto stuff with your right hand, and with the left shoulder button, your character holds on to stuff with the left hand. And it's basically like obstacle courses, right? You start, and then you have to like swing around and yeah, basically just like swing yourself around.
Is it like a race?
Not a race. It's just more like a puzzly type. Like a puzzly type obstacle course.
Okay.
Right. You just need to get to the end. But there's like platforms and whatever, and you can also there's like bonuses. Like a lot of levels have like a coin that you can like if you bring the coin with you all the way to the end, it'll give you like bonus points. It's cool, right? Because you can't, if you hold on to the coin, that's a hand that you can't use for anything else because you always have to go.
Oh, that's really interesting.
Yeah, so like with that hand, if you let it go, then you lose the coin. So you can't use that hand to grab onto any platform or any ledge or anything. And it's cool because it's 4-player co-op. So we were kind of bored. We were at my buddy's place. His mom was like having like a birthday celebration thing, and he was saying that he was a little bit overwhelmed because there's never been that many people at his house before. A lot of people which he didn't even know. He said he was kind of overwhelmed. He was like, maybe we should play something. Just like go to my room and just like play this on the Switch. And I told him that I had like Crash Team Racing. I totally forgot that I had bought Heave Ho. I got it that week that like on the big like New Year's sale or whatever.
Yeah.
And I totally forgot that I'd gotten it. And as we were scrolling on my Switch, I saw it and I was like, dude, we got to check this out. I haven't played it, but it looks fun as hell. And good thing it was, they were all enjoying it. We played it for a long time, man. We played it for like a couple of hours, got through a lot of the levels and everything. And it was a good fucking time. So I'd recommend it. Like if anyone out there is looking for like a 4-player co-op type game, that's definitely a good option.
Okay, cool. It sounds pretty good.
What else do we got going on today?
I finished Breath of the Wild yesterday, and it is
sick.
It is good. I will say the ending is very disappointing.
I've heard that like the last battle against Ganon and whatever is just kind of, it doesn't live up to all the build up and whatever.
It's very easy if you've done everything, which is kind of like what you're incentivized to do just by like exploring.
Right.
But and then when you do,
so you're expecting like a challenge, right? Like even though you have like all the power-ups or whatever it is that you need to get there, you're still expecting like a challenge.
No, I am kind of like curious to go fight it without doing anything now and see how well I do.
Have you looked at people doing that at all?
I watched the any percent speed run from GDQ, and it's pretty wild. They do it in like 30 minutes, and insane. Like 20 of those minutes is doing the unskippable tutorial, but also the ending. When you beat Ganon, it like you watch the ending and then you go to the main menu and then you load your save and you just start like before you walked into the final boss room. So you don't, nothing like changes in the world. So it's just kind of like you've done it now.
Yeah,
so it's weird. Not. I don't know. It's not very exciting an ending unless you do it as the very last thing.
I get it. But no, you're right. Because like for example, I know, I guess. Some games are starting to do this, right? Where you can like pretty much access the final boss or final level or whatever right from the beginning. Like I know the new ukulele game allows you to do that.
Oh, that's weird for ukulele.
Yeah, the last level is available to you right from the start, but apparently it's like a long ass level with no checkpoints, and it's super long and it's super difficult and whatever. And so the whole point is that like while you're beating all the levels and stuff, all the rest of the game, you're acquiring like bees or whatever, and each bee is going to give you like an extra hit point, right? But like even then, right? Like you're saying, like I've heard from a lot of people that the last boss in Breath of the Wild is just not challenging at all. But even then, I've heard from what I've seen from the new ukulele game is even if you do get all the bees that are available for you to get in the game for you before you tackle the last level, it's still really hard. Like it'll still take people like multiple attempts and everything.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
And it's like 40, you know what I mean? They can get like, I don't know the exact number, but I think it's anywhere between like 30 to 40 Bs. So imagine that, it's like 40 hit points and you're still, you know, taking multiple attempts to get through a level.
But you know, Breath of the Wild is good. I don't need to tell anyone that in 2020. I'd recommend playing it if you haven't.
Dude, I haven't played it, man. I don't think I've ever even like played it at all.
I'd say, you know, check it out.
No, man, I do have to correct that.
It's quite good. I did get like morbidly curious about the Zelda TV show because I just beat Breath of the Wild. I was like, oh yeah, wasn't there a TV show?
So the cartoon shit?
Yeah, so I looked up like on YouTube. I only watched 5 minutes because it was so bad.
Yeah.
But you've seen like where he says, "Well, excuse me, princess."
Right. Of course.
That's like a meme, but I thought it was like a clip. But that's his catchphrase.
It's like a recurring thing.
5 times an episode. Yeah, he says it in the intros, like song. Yeah, it happens every time.
No way. I thought it was like a thing that he would do like once every episode type of deal.
He keeps saying it. It's so weird.
Oh shit, dude. Did you see? Did I send you that weird clip? I don't know that I sent it to you or the group chat. I know I sent it to some people. It must be a clip. I don't know if it's edited in any way, but it is a clip from the animated show, and it shows Zelda like in her room, like on her bed or whatever, and then Link just like walks in and he goes, "Oh, smooching time!" And he just like jumps all over her, and that's the whole clip. Quite awkward to look at.
That's probably not edited because in episode 1, the first like thing that happens is Link gets out of bed and he's like, he's just complaining, and then he sees Zelda, and then just like harasses her, and she's like, "Stop staring at me, you weirdo," and then leaves.
Yeah, man, the fucking Nintendo used to allow weird shit to happen to their properties back then.
Yeah, it's
weird shit.
Also, Ganon he's like a wizard, which I never really got that vibe from Ganon.
Yeah. No, he's just like an evil dude, like
I know he uses like some magic, but I thought he was more of like a fighter than a wizard.
Right. Yeah, and Smash definitely gives you that vibe as well.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. You and your fucking Ganon, dude.
I will. Ganon.
I will defeat you one day. I swear on it. I swear on it.
Oh my god.
Do we have anything for our recurring segments? Did you listen to another album or anything? I have an album that I could talk about. Or not an album, but just like a band.
I know like they're like popular, but a lot of people don't like listen to the Killers. They just know about the Killers. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I think the Killers, I think they're just fantastic. Their first album is the best first album I've heard for any band ever. It's really good. Yeah. And I mean, it had a lot of hits, Mr. Brightside and everything, but it's all really solid overall. Yeah. And I don't think there's any album that I don't like of them besides the one that's like a compilation of their top hits, which doesn't really count. But they're just a band that like I consistently like to listen to and like listen to all their stuff. And it's all different enough to be interesting, but still really good. You know, because a lot of people are just like, yeah, I know of them, but like they don't know any of the more obscure songs that are still
exactly
cool on the albums.
I know the singles, like of course Mr. Brightside and whatever that other song with the "Somebody told me that you have a boyfriend."
That's also on the first album.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that song is catchy. I do like that. I think I like that even better than I like fucking Mr. Brightside.
But yeah, even like their newer one that's like 2018 or 2019 or whatever is still good. Day and Age, Sam's Town, Sawdust is all good. So I'd recommend just like pick one that you think looks cool on the cover art. Because
right.
I don't think you can really go wrong.
Yeah. That's fair. The Killers. I wanted to talk about Fountains of Wayne. Last time I said that I've been listening to a lot of Watsky throughout 2019, and actually Fountains of Wayne is another one of those bands that I've consistently been listening to, and it's interesting because I never really like heard a lot from them before. Like, of course, I'd heard fucking Stacy's Mom being played around.
Yeah,
but that's kind of it, right? And that's unlike that didn't come out until like their third album or something, and that was perhaps their biggest hit ever. But I find their first album quite charming. I don't know, the lyrics are just pretty playful. They do get heavier handed sometimes in terms of like themes, but like the way that they're presented is just quite, it just tends to be very playful. And I just like vibe of like mid 90s alternative rock bands, you know what I mean? They just kind of sound like there's just like a few dudes who are playing out of their garage, that kind of vibe.
Right.
I do like that a lot. And I do get that vibe from this song that's called Sink to the Bottom. I love that, man. It's just, the lyrics are cute. I don't know. I don't know. They just kind of speak to me, right? That's kind of like the stuff. If I was ever to become like a musician or a songwriter, I feel like that's kind of like the vibe that I would like go for. And it's just, you know, like a few chords the entire song, like a few power chords the entire song. And I just like that vibe, right? And I think beyond that, I think it's cool how this is speaking not only about their first album, but just them in general. They do a lot of like character type songs, you know what I mean? Like in a lot of their songs, they're talking about like a specific character, like Hey Julie, and this other one with the I Got a Bright Future in Sales or whatever that one is called.
Oh yeah, I've heard that one.
Yeah, it's cool, right? They just like put themselves in the shoes of like someone else and just make like little charming lyrics about them and just make up little stories and stuff. And I don't know, I find it quite interesting.
Yeah,
but,
I mean, I haven't really listened to any of it, and I think part of it was I was like 16 or whatever, and that was like the kind of stuff like people's parents would listen to, and I was like, oh, well, it's for old people, you know.
Yeah,
so it was like uncool in my head.
Yeah,
but I would, I mean, I would be interested in giving it another shot.
Yeah, I've definitely been listening to them a lot. Yeah, over the last year, and I would recommend it, especially if you like shit like Weezer, right? That's kind of like, I don't know, Weezer was one of like the biggest bands for me when I was growing up, like when I was, you know, during my fucking teenage angsty years. And this follows kind of like the same vibe, right? It's just like a weirdly like geeky type rock and stuff. So I find it quite amusing to listen to.
Cool.
Beyond that, I do have news on Real España.
Okay, let's hear it.
So they played 3 games against Olimpia, right? You remember Olimpia, right?
Mm-hmm, of course.
They're like the traditionally like the biggest team in the country. Excuse me.
Yeah.
With the most titles and everything, right? So they played 3 games in the span of 1 week. Because they were playing like a friendly international tournament that started sometime last summer.
Oh yeah, you sent me the video of that.
Yeah. But also like the regular like national local league game between them was scheduled between the 2 legs of the international tournament final, right? So like last Wednesday they played the first game of the final. It was a tie 0-0. Real España got a goal invalidated for bullshit reasons. It should have been valid, but anyway. And then I went to the game on Saturday, which Real España won 2-1. It was quite crazy. There was a lot of people sent off, bunch of bullshit, you know, bunch of red cards and whatever. But still, we took it, right, which was good because we hadn't beaten them in the league in like the last 4 years or something, I would say. And then this past Wednesday, was the second leg of the international tournament final. And we took that 2-0, which was a huge deal, right? It's a huge deal that like the biggest team in the country who just won the National League in December, breaking records of like points and goals scored and whatever and goals against, they broke everything. And in 3 games, they didn't manage to like win a single one. And they only managed to score once against us. So that was a huge deal. And it makes me quite excited. You know what I mean? It makes me quite hopeful for this tournament. But then they played yesterday, they played this team called Vida, which is one of those teams that's always like struggling, you know. And we played them at home and we lost 2-0, dog. 2-0.
How?
I don't know. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to follow the game a lot because I went out to my friend's mom's thing, the barbecue, so I couldn't watch it. But it sounded like it was awful, and I just don't understand. You know what I mean? The inconsistency is just quite frustrating.
Yeah, that's very annoying when it seems like that.
Right. It is just starting, right? This is only like the third game date. So hopefully they'll still pick up. Like I thought beating Olimpia in 3 games was gonna give them like a huge boost in confidence and whatever. But
yeah, that's true. I did enjoy that it was just illegally available on a YouTube stream. It's very funny.
And it sucks because here there's been like a new TV station that has acquired the rights to at least like 1 or 2 games every weekend, and that's like a subscription station, right? So like I can't get it unless I pay for that. But then again, people just stream it on YouTube and no one gives a shit. Like they never take them down or anything. So
right.
And the quality of the stream was decent. You know what I mean? Like it didn't choke or anything, and I don't know, it was fine. So whatever.
Yeah, it looked fine to me.
What the fuck else is going on?
Yesterday, Top 64 had been going a while. Like the Melee tournament had been going late or something. I wasn't really paying attention.
Right.
And so these were the matches to get into top 8. They were the last games of the day. And I guess there were 3 left and they only had 2 streams. So they skipped the hypest one, which is S2J versus None, Falcon Ditto matchup. And everyone's like, oh, shit. So then this guy was just like streaming it with his phone.
No way. Like he was at the place.
Yeah, so he was sitting right next to None. You could like see his ear in the shot.
Yeah.
And so by the end, by the middle of the game, there were like 2,000 people just watching on this guy's phone because this was the match they wanted to see.
Yeah, of course.
And it just felt, I don't know, it felt pretty cool and exclusive, and the chat was super hype.
Interesting. Yeah. You wonder why they did that. You wonder why they wouldn't have that matchup, you know?
Yeah, I don't know if maybe the other 2 setups, the games had already started with the people who were on the stream setups.
Yeah.
And they were like, hey, we got Ultimate after this, so please just finish up.
That's cool. I'm always excited for top 8 Melee events on Sundays, man.
Yeah, it'll be good.
I do have to say, man, that god damn, I miss Bobby Scar, man.
I know he's gonna be at Summit. Don't worry, he'll be around next month.
Okay. Oh, cool. That's excellent. Yeah, he just makes the whole deal a lot more entertaining.
What a great guy.
Yeah.
I do.
Sorry, go ahead.
What's up?
No, go ahead.
I was playing. I've been playing over the course of like the past 2 weeks. Doom 2 with my friend, and I just
How do you like it?
He was like, hey. He's a huge Doom fan. He's like, you know what? I never finished Doom 2 because it was too hard when I tried it. And I was like, all right, I bet we can do it. And God, it's hard, dude. It's like we're playing on whatever medium is. What it's like, Hurt Me More or whatever they call it.
Right.
And it's still really brutal. Just Doom 2 has a lot of platforming, which Doom is not really built for.
Right.
Yeah.
Can you jump? Is there a jump?
No. You can sprint and you can run off.
Yeah.
Things.
You have to like bet on landing on it when you run off
exactly.
The platform. Yeah. Oh shit. Okay.
And there's a lot of places where if you fall, it's like there's no way
you can't get back up.
Yeah. So it's like enjoy slowly dying while you load your save.
Right.
But the Easter eggs are out of this world in Doom 2. They're insane. So
shit, dude. Easter eggs for what? Other games or just pop culture?
Kind of. So in one of the levels, there's a secret teleporter that takes you to a secret level, which is level 1 of Wolfenstein in the Doom engine.
No way.
Which is insane. And it has like it has like the Nazis and everything, and they talk in German, and it's pretty cool. And then if you take the secret exit in the level 1 of Wolfenstein remake, that is like actually the secret in Wolfenstein. It's like a real recreation of it.
Right.
Then you go to another secret level that ends in you find 4 corpses of a bloody hanged Commander Keen, who is like 8, and he's dead. God. So then you have to shoot all the corpses to reveal the exit to the level, and then it just takes you back like nothing ever happened, and it's like, oh my god, dude.
Yeah. That's insane. How do you feel? It's funny because I was literally, I don't know, I just randomly started playing the episode that we did with Cam, and I did talk about how I do like playing Doom, the first one, co-op. But if there's one thing that I think I've noticed that I find a little bit frustrating is that like it doesn't quite feel optimized for co-op in terms of like the amount of like bullets that you can find, like bullet drops. I feel like I'm always short, and that just makes it a little frustrating, right? Because then I'll just keep dying and whatever.
Right, it's hard to. Yeah, that's a good point.
How do you feel about that in Doom 2? Is it like
I don't think it's adjusted anyway, so I guess I agree with you. But there's also a lot of points in Doom where it's like you have too much of an ammo type, and you like find more, and it's just like you have to leave it.
Right, for sure.
So yeah, Doom 2 we haven't finished it yet, so I can't say the ending is good or not. But up to at least 75% through has been fun and solid. It's a good game. The only thing I would say is a little lacking is the soundtrack is not as like hardcore as Doom 1.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, you're right. The Doom 1 soundtrack is insane.
It's like a little more watered down on Doom 2. Some of them are even weird. Sound a little like tropical and upbeat. It's weird. I don't really know what. It's weird.
Yeah,
But
it
I
is
like the
weird.
game. It's pretty fun.
I have to check it out. I may have gold coins for that shit. Actually, I'll look
Yeah,
into it.
I am interested in the new Doom. What is it? Doom Eternal coming out.
Eternal,
I might pick
yeah,
that
yeah,
up.
yeah,
It
yeah.
seems cool.
It's funny. I was reading a review, like a first impressions
Mhm.
type thing, and the dude was saying that like it was like exhausting how like fucking brutal and violent and intense it is. He like called it, he meant it in like a good way, right? He just wanted to like overblow how like intense the game is, but he said it is
Yeah, I'm
quite.
sure it's not relaxing.
Yeah, he said it's quite hard, right? Like I've never played the remake, the 2016 Doom.
Mhm.
Actually, one of my friends, I was talking to him on one of my bus rides. He was telling me that he thinks that's like the best shooter he's ever played, Doom 2016.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's super fun.
but yeah, the dude from this first impressions review. He was saying that like it's hard, but like it does pick up like towards like the end of the game. He
Mhm.
says Doom Eternal like basically starts in terms of difficulty. It starts right at where you in terms of where as hard as it is like towards the end of the 2016 Doom.
Right. And I mean, it has a grappling hook, so I'm definitely
Oh shit,
already
for
all
real?
in.
For
Yeah,
real?
the super shotgun has like a chain in it, so you can grapple to enemies and swing around them and shit.
Grappling items will always make a game for me. That's the only reason why I played Zelda and fucking Darksiders.
Hell yeah,
Because
I
of
love
the
grappling hooks.
I forgot what I was gonna say, man.
Daniel, you'll never guess who I ran into at the grocery store today.
Besides the robot.
It was the hot take alert, dude. The robot was there though.
Hot take alert. Oh shit, dude. Not the hot take alert, man.
Yeah, do you have one?
Yeah. We talked about this earlier this week or last week. I don't even remember when, but it should come to no surprise that I'm a big Aaron Hansen fan, right? I think he's a fun dude, and like I like his fucking what's it called? The sequelitis videos. I find them
Yeah.
quite charming and entertaining. And I think Mega Man X is one of my like I don't know top 5 favorite games ever. So like just listening to someone sound as excited about that game as he does is just charming to me. You know what I mean? I find it super super charming. Um, and I do like this other dude who makes a lot of SNES drunk. I don't know if you've ever seen any of his content on YouTube.
I have not.
For like the first, I don't know how long he's been on YouTube, maybe like 3 or 4 years. I don't know, but he does reviews of like literally any SNES game that you can think of, like even from like the most obscure shit. And he'll sometimes do like reviews on like specific genres as well, right? He has like videos on like he reviews, for example, he has videos on like all of the basketball games available on the SNES, right? And he'll talk a little bit about literally every single basketball game available on the SNES, and even if it's just like Japan exclusive and whatever, he'll cover it. And he's
Mhm.
cool, right? I think he's quite like a charismatic guy. Just the way he presents things, just the way he his delivery and everything. I do find it quite entertaining. So I like it, right? He's cool, and I follow it. He's still releasing content. He's like varied it, right? He's been talking a lot of like on like arcade games,
Like cabinets.
yeah, like sprite based, still like I guess if you will early 90s like arcade games and stuff like that. He touches upon a lot of like beat 'em ups and fighting games that could be on a 16-bit or even like PlayStation type console, but that were like
Mhm.
exclusive to arcades. uh he has a video like a let's play on Mega Man X. And I find it weird, right? Because this dude, I don't know, he seems like a chill dude. Like if you see his content, if you follow him on social media and everything, he seems like a real chill dude. But on his Mega Man X Let's Play video, he weirdly digs at Aaron Hansen's video on Mega Man X, like his sequelitis. He just,
Mhm.
because Aaron Hansen goes on like how all like the first stage is like a tutorial stage that like teaches you the mechanics of the game without like fucking spelling it all out to you like in a text box or anything, right? Just it's supposed to like teach you the mechanics just through like the gameplay. And then SNES Drunk just goes like, yeah, Aaron Hansen just goes like, oh, this game's amazing because it just teaches you everything in the first level. And then he goes like, yeah, dude, but like also like a billion other games did that before Mega Man X. And I'm like, sure, but like Mega Man X does it really well too, and I think it's worth calling it. It's worth pointing out. You know what I mean?
It's also it's called sequelitis. He's talking about it as a sequel to Mega Man in the context of how it's different than the other Mega Man games.
Exactly right, because none of the other Mega Man games had like an introductory level that you had to do. You know what I mean? Like
No, you
obligatory.
just go.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You choose whatever stage and stuff. Right. So he's talking about it in that context too. Uh, And then Aaron Hansen goes on about how like cool the story is. And like, I get it, right? Like, I get that like no one really plays Mega Man for the story, but like, you're not going to slide dig on him or the game because it has a story. You know what I mean? I think I've never paid a lot of attention to it, but like, I do think it's cool that it's there. And like, I would understand how, if you grew up playing that game and you were playing it when you were a child, I can't see why and how it would make you excited. You know what I mean? Like when Zero comes up to you and he says, dude, maybe you can become as strong as I am. And you see Zero and he's like cool and he's super strong. And he like defeats the guy in the beginning of the stage and whatever.
Yeah.
So like, I get it, right? But then this dude just keeps jabbing and Aaron, he goes like, yeah, like we all play Mega Man for the story and like whatever. You know what I mean? Like, why did you feel like it was important that you call him out? And like, I just think it's weird, right? Once again, because the dude seems like pretty down to earth. And I think Aaron in his video, I don't know, he doesn't say anything that's particularly wrong or anything. I don't know. It just left me feeling kind of weird, you know, because I do like this guy and I do like his content. It's weird to see him like jab at someone when it seems a little bit uncalled for.
No, that's fair. I don't know why he said that.
It's weird. Yeah, it's weird. But
we should reach out to him for comment.
That's right. That's just another thing, right? That I was thinking about. Like, I don't know if they know each other, and he was just like digging at him just to, like for fun. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah,
it does happen. I do follow. I think I've told you about this dude called RGT85 on YouTube. I do follow his shit a lot. And he will jab at other YouTubers, but that's because he like knows them and he's like been with them at conferences. So he'll just like, oh, this YouTube guy, whatever his name is, he's kind of dumb. You've probably seen him with his stupid beard and whatever. But like, that's because he knows them, and like that's his just sense of humor. You know what I mean? Whereas I don't know if this dude knows Aaron Hansen. It doesn't give the impression that they know each other.
Yeah, weird. All right, mine is I don't know if mine's more of a hot take, but it's definitely more generally applicable. Oh, excuse me. I said this in the group chat to Owen yesterday. I don't like Nutella.
Oh shit, dude.
I find it like too sweet. I just don't. I don't know. I don't want to eat it. Owen said it's too rich, which I kind of get, I guess, but I just don't like how sweet it is. But I'm kind of weird like that. I don't like too much frosting on my cake or anything like that. You know, I prefer to like have less sweet stuff, and I don't like donuts. I'd prefer to have a bagel.
Okay. Yeah, you do. I remember you do have a thing against like sweet cereal as well.
Yeah, you sent me that picture that's like people who don't like sweet cereal, and it's just a bowl of eggs uncracked with a spoon in it with milk.
Yeah, that's right. And I don't know, because I think we had this conversation when we were just like starting to get to like know each other. And for whatever reason, I always had the impression that you would be someone who maybe didn't like particularly like sweet cereal, but who wouldn't have like such a strong stance like against it. You know what I mean? Yeah, like I just thought,
I definitely hate like Frosted Flakes and like Lucky Charms, especially. Frosted Flakes not as bad, but definitely like Lucky Charms. Anything with marshmallow.
Anything with the fake fucking marshmallows.
Oh god, yeah. I'll have a real marshmallow once in a while, but the Lucky Charms one's just I can't deal with it.
I mean, I guess it's fair. I guess I grew up with like the whole, you know, Saturday morning bowl of cereal type deal, and yeah. So it's just
I guess my parents were too boring.
Well, it's probably better, right? It's not good.
Oh
for
yeah,
a child,
definitely.
I think.
Yeah, definitely healthier.
Right, but I do, you know, sweet cereal is kind of like a comfort food type deal for me.
It's interesting you say that. I think all cereal is kind of a comfort.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
I do like those. They're a little sweet. Those peanut butter Puffin Puffs from Trader Joe's. I think those are quite good. I don't know if you had those ever.
No, I don't. It doesn't ring a bell. I mean, I've seen them. I just don't remember that I actually tried them.
Cam and I would go pretty much to Trader Joe's just for that, which, you know, is not, you know, a quick drive from our apartment.
You would do your speed runs.
We'd do a Trader Joe's speed run. So we'd, I think, set a 2 minutes timer, and then we'd run in. And I was like, okay, I'm getting cereal and like some cheese. And he'd grab cereal and like whatever he was, and the peanut and like some Bomba or something. And then we just run to the register and run out as fast as we can and try to do it in like 2 minutes.
That's excellent. I love that. Dude, I have some random YouTube playing on my TV in front of me right now. And I think this is the completionist video on some Star Fox something I'm not paying a lot of attention to it, but he just showed footage of like, I guess it must have been like an anti-Nintendo commercial. There were a couple of dudes, right? One dude wearing like a Sony PlayStation shirt and another dude wearing a Sega shirt. And they had like a plush doll of Mario on like some sort of torture instrument. Like they place his head on something, on like this torture instrument, and then they were like yanking on a lever that was like pressing these two, like, I don't know how to describe it because my language is failing me right now. It was like pressing onto Mario. It was like squeezing Mario's head as they were like winding this lever. You know what I mean? It just kept pressing on.
It's like a vice.
Yeah, it's right. They just kept pressing onto Mario's head until it was about to explode. You know what I mean? I don't know what to say.
I don't know what to say either.
Okay, it is a completionist. It is on Star Fox Zero, and it's somewhere around like the 3rd minute that footage showed up.
Very strange. I would also be concerned if that was on my TV like randomly when I was doing something else.
Right. Matthew Peterson.
Mm-hmm.
I've been accepted at Merrimack College, man. For
oh, that's right. Yeah, that's excellent, dude.
Yeah, I am quite excited. I am still waiting to listen from a couple of other schools, but I don't know. I have high hopes of being able to attend Merrimack. Because the deal is, I am trying to get like an assistantship or a fellowship at all the schools that I'm applying to, because that's that'll waive tuition, which is like fucking like a huge deal. You know what I mean? And if I am not able to waive tuition, that I don't know that I'll be available. Able to afford it. So I was invited to an interview for a fellowship position in Merrimack, and I am excited because I will be attending the interview day on February 21st.
Okay, yeah, that's right. Yeah, congratulations on that.
Thanks, man. Yeah, I am quite excited. They did have options to, like, if you're not able to go to the in-person interviews, but I don't know. I'll always take an opportunity to fly to Boston. Thankfully, my mom works for Delta, so I do get significant discounts, even though I do have to fly standby, which is a pain in the ass sometimes. I do pay significantly less for a ticket to fly there anyway, so it's still, you know what I mean. I'll always take an opportunity to go into Massachusetts or in the Boston area.
It's good though if something happens, like whatever, you can still do the online thing or whatever.
Yeah, you're right. Of course, if I am for whatever reason not able to attend or anything, you're right.
Yeah, of course. And also congratulations to Cam for getting into WPI.
WPI. It'd be sick.
Accepted. I don't think he said he's going there yet for sure, but yeah.
I think he said he was also waiting to hear on a couple of other schools. But it'd be sick if we both end up in Massachusetts again.
That would be crazy.
We wouldn't be as close because I think Merrimack is like just 20 minutes north of Boston, something like that.
Okay, yeah. So it's like an hour and 20.
Yeah, an hour and something. But I don't know. I would assume would still have like opportunities to like meet up and whatever. Considering that Cam also, like, his family lives in fucking outside of Boston, whatever it's called there.
Yeah, they live in Medford.
Medford, that's right. So I'm sure we'd be able to I don't know, hang out.
Yeah, I mean, you'll definitely be a hell of a lot closer.
Right. Hell yeah. And you'll be in Connecticut too, which is just
I'll be pretty close. Like 2 hour drive
right away. Right, that's right.
Yeah, or I could take the train. Yeah.
So yeah, man, that's what's going on. I just wanted to share that. Yeah. Because it makes me quite excited. So, all right, Matthew, what did we learn today, dude?
I guess we learned that, like, be mindful of your surroundings, because like there might be scenes of Mario characters being tortured just appearing around your house on your devices. So be careful if you like invite your boss over.
Yeah, that's fair. That's a good one. You don't want your bosses to know that you're into Mario torture. Any closing remarks, dude? Anything you want to plug? Any greetings that you want to send?
Say your thing. I'll be like right back.
Okay.
It's related.
Okay. Matthew Peterson seems to have just fucking left me in the middle of the recording, which I don't appreciate. But I guess I'll have to entertain all of you for however. Okay, he's back. Okay. Fucking piece of shit.
Continue it if you wanted to finish what you were saying.
I do. No, just do your thing, man.
Okay. Well, I have to open it now. I had to get my Switch. Sorry. Shout outs to Bistro_Butcher on Steam for playing Wargroove with me. Thank you,
cool.
man.
Yeah.
I'm having a good time. We haven't gotten very far, but that's fun.
How's it looking? You think you're gonna kick his ass?
It's actually we're playing with Fog of War on, so if you aren't near them, like you can't
quite
tell
see
what the
what's going
enemy's
on.
building. So he could be totally about to destroy me, and I have no idea.
All right. Well, good luck, man.
Hell yeah.
Good luck, dude. All right. Cool. Make sure to tune in next week when we'll be talking about I forgot what I was gonna say, man. Wait, give me a second. Be sure to tune in next week when we'll be talking about cheat codes to unlock Sonic in Super Smash Brothers Melee.
Right. You have to leave your console on for like 100 hours straight or something.
Yeah, we'll explore all those with real footage, by the way. So you don't want to miss out on that.
Mirror it on our podcast.
All right, peace out, everyone. Peace out, Matthew Peterson. It was a good time.
Of course, as always. Right. We'll see you next time.
Fuck, dude, I forgot to talk about my computer.